Honey, I'm out of Instagram jail. They let me out. I ain't even know I got released. So what's up, y'all? It's been a minute. Honestly, I've kind of been off the radar everywhere. It's been a real interesting 2 weeks. And in these past 2 weeks, a lot has happened. And I like to gather my thoughts when things are getting crazy. And I like to make sure that when I speak, I'm speaking from my heart, not my pain, not my ego. At least that's what I try to do now. And the truth is, it's just been real heartbreaking being an American of color. I don't know. There's so many conflicting, crazy things just happening right now, and all of these shootings and all of these cops, and the law, and it's just weird. It's just weird to know that every day something crazy is popping off. Like, it's been nuts. We thought 2020 was bad. Apparently, that was just the warm-up. Which is why I don't do the whole, oh yeah, next year is going to be better. I stopped doing that the year my son was murdered. Like, don't ever get comfortable in this life thinking that all you got to do is make it through this year and everything is going to be great. Because that ain't true. But I just posted a couple of videos of the late and great Earl Simmons. I mean, of course I knew X throughout the years. I mean, there's no way you can do as much work as I did or he did and not know each other or bump into each other after all these years with all the circles. I will never claim that we were the best of friends. I will never claim that we had a super close relationship. It was a casual associate kind of deal, you know. But I did know his character. I was around him enough to be able to speak on some of the awesome things that I've witnessed him do. And I've seen some of the awful things that he did. And, you know, he was just a human being. I think what I love most about Earl Simmons was how real he was. You know, even in his fear, he was real in that. Even in his paranoia, he was real in that. He was one of the realest people you could have ever met. Now, we had close ties and association. Someone else that I know used to managed him through a very rough time in life. I still haven't even spoken to that person just to, you know, see how they're doing with it, because I don't know. I don't know what to say. You know, when you start hearing people calling people a drug addict and saying that they overdosed, and then there's, you know, thumbnail after thumbnail, feed after feed, DMX is on life support, DMX of an overdose. Like, y'all didn't even hear what the doctor said before that narrative started getting pushed out there. He was always candid and honest about any issues that he might have had with addiction. He never lied about that, ever, not never. He always kept it a bean. Whatever he was on, and that was so respected. And in that way, he reminded me of Malik. Malik was the same way. Whatever he was on, he was on. He didn't make no excuses for it. He didn't lie about it. It was what he was on. It was what he was dealing with. It was a part of his journey. And Earl was the exact same way. Good morning. So the second that I started hearing overdose, the first thing that came to my mind, I had put up footage of it around Christmas time, and I think I'm gonna snatch it and edit it and pull it up, of that sermon that Earl did at Kanye's Sunday service. And I'm sitting there listening to bro spit scripture and just talking about how it applies not just to him but to all of us. And just talking about believing in the faith in God. And that's what he did. You know what I mean? That's where he was in his life. He was very cognizant of his relationship with the Creator. He was very cognitive and competent about what he was and what he was meant to do with everything. Even listening to him talk about, his last project on the Wendy Williams show, about all of the collabs he did with people that, right? He looked healthy. He looked clean. He looked good. But that brother, man, he showed me power, what it is to overcome. This man overcame everything. Like, no matter how much stuff kept coming for him, he would just come